With emotions is a big one. Emotional intelligence, emotional regulation, being able to manage our emotions. The typical thing that we get in many homes is that people beat their children, they shout at their children. As a result, I went ahead and wrote a book and gave 101 tips to manage the beating and the shouting. In fact, it's not even to manage. The name of the book is 101 tips to stop the beating and the shouting. Because it's possible to raise a child and not beat and not shout. I run a school. We don't shout there. We don't beat the children. I don't beat well, she's too big for beating now, but I wasn't beating her when she was here. It's not even my style, and it is possible if you're able to manage your emotions. Oftentimes, when people cannot manage their emotions because they do not have mastery of self. I've seen it many times online where people will say, if you don't shout at your children before they go to school, if you don't shout at your children, you're not a mother, who type of mother is that? They have no.
Okay, so we're talking about the beating and the shouting.
You have changed your glasses.
I changed it a while ago.
She told you she has like 100. What do you expect?
No, that was not the reason why I
should say
changed
like 5.
No. I changed it because as the live went on, I realized that they were blue. I was thinking it would match my shirt, but it was off the shade of my blue t-shirt. So I felt okay, let's match my
when
height.
you said that you were very vain, I asked you now.
Yes, I'm actually very, very vain. I'm very unapologetic about it. In fact, when I was in secondary school, I took part in a beauty pageant. That's how I've been vain for years. And I think it's part of the affirmations, because when I was a little child, they used to call me beauty queen. So I think affirmations work largely.
Yeah.
So now I still think I'm a beauty queen.
So you are now.
Okay.
So you are
Let's
talking
go back
about
to
emotional regulation,
Yes.
and how people think that if they don't shout, if they don't beat their children, they won't. Somebody is laughing. So you can continue.
You would see and you would hear on social media where people will say that if you don't beat your child, are you a mother? A mother that does not shout, is that one a mother? You see things like that, even from people that have large pages. And I think it's quite reckless and irresponsible. So when people do things like that you must shout. When you shout and you don't regulate your emotions, and you shout at your child before your child goes to school or goes somewhere, you set the pace for the day. You set the pace for the day. Some people, your children are suffering and struggling in school, and you say the teacher is not good. It's you. You've placed a curse on your child in the morning before your child left for work, for school. That's what you've done. Instead of blessing your child, even the Bible says we should bless, in the mornings. But the Bible also tells us that anybody that goes to the neighbor's house shouting is a curse. The same thing, if you shout at your children in the mornings, you are cursing that child. So it's not something to brag about. We can do without shouting. Like I said, I've written a book that has 101 tips to stop the beating and the shouting. You must learn to master your emotions. If you're not able to manage your anger, your emotions, and you feel the need to shout, compare, criticize, demean, and do all these disempowering things to your child, it's because you do not have mastery of yourself. You have internal demons that you yourself have to deal with. And I know that this is not gentle on the ears for many people that practice this, but this has to be said. Because many children, their lives are being ruined by their parents because they don't know how to manage their emotions. So one of the things that you can do to manage your emotions is just to go for a simple emotional intelligence training. They are available on YouTube if you don't want to pay money. You can go there and begin to learn how to manage and regulate your emotions. Vivian can help you. I can help you. We both work as therapists. You can book a session to help you find out the reason why you are shouting at your children. Oftentimes there are triggers. There are reasons why you shout. Many times you see that you are shouting at your children when you are broke. You're shouting at your children after work when your boss has shouted at you. You've had a long day. You've been in traffic. You came home. There's no diesel. There's no this. All the factors are against you. The dollar rates, all sorts of things. Pay your taxes. Pay your council tax. Pay everything. All those things. You find that when you are in a happy state, you would hardly shout at your children. You would hardly beat your children. So know your triggers. Find out what your triggers are. Read about emotional intelligence. It's one of the most important things that you must know as a parent. You're managing a human being. So how can you not be able to manage your own emotions as a parent? So learn it. There are so many aspects to emotional intelligence. You have the compassion, you have the empathy, you have the resilience. There's so many aspects of emotional intelligence that you have to understand so that you can raise wholesome children.
Parents are so busy in terms of incorporating mindfulness and self-care into our life. How do we do that?
There's some things that we do out of conditioning. We do it and we say it because every other person is saying it. So you would find that, say for example, we're all hustling. Are we truly all hustling? Really? We need to be sure that we are hustling, because as children of God, we should not be hustling, we should be thriving. Yeah? So number one of the things, we have to be conscious and know that we are not hustling, and we should stop saying that we are hustling. Because if we say we are hustling, we internalize it and we begin to live it. And when we live it is when we cannot find the time with our children. So that's the first thing. You have to be intentional in wanting to create self-care into your family. You have to be mindful. If you want to be mindful, make it a practice. Not only you. It's not only you. When I go to the spa, even when my brother was little, I'll carry her around. I never had a nanny house, all those type of things. She's an only child. Between her dad and I, we did everything. Taking her to school and back. So we never did all those house girl visits. So there were times when she would have to go to the spa with me, and it's fine. Be conscious. If you want to do your breathing exercise, you want to meditate. My daughter knows how to meditate now because it is something that she has been doing. She has seen me do over the years. Now, if something is important to you, you would find a way to do it. If it's not important, there's every excuse in the world. Apparently, if you're in Nigeria, there's no light, there's traffic, there's this and that. But if they tell you that every night, if you spend 2 hours with your child, read bedtime stories to your child, give your child a nice soothing massage or foot rub before they go to bed, you read the devotional and just hang out with your child every single night, and you will get £1,000. I think we will make it happen.
Yeah.
No matter the hustle, we will make it happen. It's because we have not come to believe that our children are that important. Now, if something happens in school, if it's a teacher, you will hear the noise. I will keep this people. I will bring that school down. Because again, it is conditioning, lack of emotional regulation, and open the mouth. Wow. Yeah. So if we want that mindfulness and self-care, we have to be intentional about it. We have to say we want to be doing it in our house. It's not only for money. Enjoyment is not only for money. Even if you're having a head massage, you can have it for each other in the house. You can do it together. What will happen to a child if the child is breathing? What will happen if we all go swimming together? Go for a walk? What will happen? Nothing. So people always think as if, oh, it's the mother that needs a rest. It's the mother that needs to go to the spa. It's the mother. If we're all doing it, trust me, the emotions will be very well regulated in the home. So the sooner you start getting your children to do it. Like school, for example, we have a moment where we have quiet time, we have a moment where our children meditate, and we're not doing anything spiritual. It's just for them to be quiet, breathe in and out. Sometimes when children are running up and down, they're going all crazy. Get them to calm down. Yeah? Take deep breaths. Even as we're on this life now, 3 of us can do deep breaths. Let's try it, Vivian. Shall we? Let's just try it. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's close our eyes and breathe in. And the viewers can do it. In. When you want to release slowly through your mouth a little hole. Let's go. Release. We're going to do it one more time. We know the pattern now, but this time going to be super deep breath, like you are getting all the air in the room that you are, just for you. So let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. Slowly out. And you can open your eyes. And I'm sure that makes a difference.
It feels very relieving.
There's no, even my hair, even though I was doing it because I was talking, the hair on my body is already coming off, You can do these things with your children. Let's not thinking as if it's for celebrities or it's for people on TV or somewhere else. Do these things in your home. Let it be normal. We have to normalize some things in our homes. When you come to my house, you will think as if there's something wrong with us, because we do good things, good stuff. Because it's not only when I'm doing therapy session that I will be doing some weird things with people. I do it with my daughter. In fact, my daughter is going to be 18. She can do therapy session with somebody. Let us know certification. She can do it because she's my guinea pig. Anything I learn. Come and sit, come and do. So begin to instill those things. Go online. There are calm music. Download calm app. Put on calm music in your house. There's raindrops, rainfalls, rivers, flowing, all those things. They're available on YouTube. Just put them on. Let it be flowing in your home. Let it be flowing in your home. It's not every time worship music that all those kind of people. No, sometimes just nothing. Just stillness, calmness. Or you're doing stretches in your home. You don't have to go to the gym before you do stretches. All those things, begin to incorporate it into your family life, and you'll be just amazing. I'll say that if you are not enjoying parenting, and it's a lot of people think when you have children, it's everything. It's not. For many people, if you're not enjoying parenting and you're enduring it, you're just managing it because you have to. People will talk about you. Then please seek help. And I'm not talking about going to the church or any temple. Seek a professional if you are not enjoying parenting, because a lot of people are just enduring it. If you are in a relationship that is toxic, that is not ecological for you, seek help, because whatever is happening in that home is going to affect your parenting. It's going to affect whatever happens to you and your children. Do not put your children in a toxic environment because of what people are going to say. If you have to walk away to preserve your family, then do. People say that when two parents are broken up is when a family is broken or dysfunctional. A dysfunctional family is actually where there's toxicity in the home. If you have father and mother not getting on and there's toxicity, that's dysfunctional. A home that has a single parent and everything is calm and they're parenting intentionally is a functional home. Please do not worry about what people are going to say. Make sure that you give your child the calm that your child needs, because that's a very common issue. That's one of the most requested asked FAQs that I have. A lot of common in the homes. Get a therapist. Normalize therapy. It doesn't mean that you've gone gaga. It just means that you are prioritizing yourself and your children. So those are my closing words. Thank you so much for inviting me, and thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Like a bell cut.